We are here with Dr. May Updale.
She came up with this experiment. Is the purge a political device?
It is a psychological one. If we want to save our country, we must release all our anger in one night.
Now talking about the purge, the first purge, it was like a home invasion movie, and the third is like a more political movie. The next one, it will be race wars. And how do you decide that subgenre?
Well, I don't decide. The writer, James DeMonaco, really decides, but he and I, you know, are very passionate about politics, and I think he's been able to kind of see the future in a pretty amazing way, and I think he kind of feels what's out there, and then he turns that into the next purge, and he did that. We have a TV series too, and there are a lot of things in the TV series that he's written into the TV series that are very relevant now, but when he wrote them, they weren't. So he lives a very kind of secluded life, but he's somehow very tapped into American culture and has been able to reflect that in the Purge movies.
Where is the timeline on that TV series?
The Purge TV series takes place about 10 years into the Purge. So 10 years after this first movie coming up is about where the series takes place. So the society is very used to purging by the time when the show opens. Well, the fun thing about doing the TV series is one of the things James and I always wanted to do with the movies is to spend more time on how would behavior change with people knowing that once a year this happened. And the TV series really allows us to explore character. The movies are very plot driven, and they have to be set pieces, and there's these things that you have to hit in a 90 to 100 minute format that you don't have to hit in TV. So we really get to explore character in TV and how the Purge really is so negatively affecting people's behavior and how people act. And that's something that we explore in the television series.
What the hell is going on?
Do you think that the key for a good horror movie is about maintain the budget low?
I do. I think low budgets make horror movies better because I think that forces the director to make it relatable and real, not use special effects, not use stunts. It just forces them to focus on what I think makes a movie the scariest, which is the interaction between characters and the performance and the story. So I think low budgets make scary movies much better and much scarier.
What about Get Out? Because Get Out, it was a very huge movie. It was very successful. But what about the sequel? It's not.
Oh! Because it's so successful. Well, I would make the sequel, of course, but you could never make the sequel to Get Out unless Jordan was going to do it. So it's really entirely up to Jordan. I think one of the things that's unusual about our company is if we have a hit movie and the original person doesn't want to make a sequel, we don't make it. So I wouldn't want to give those rights to someone else to do that. That would really hurt the first movie in a way I don't want it to hurt because it sits so well, I think, in kind of the canon of movies. But if Jordan wanted to do a sequel, we would do it in a second.
What have I done?
Run! Stay strong now. I'm coming.
Just remember all the good the Purge does.